Well, new tonight, the St. Louis Opera Theater of St. Louis is officially closing the deal to create a new state-of-the-art performing arts center in the region. The Opera buying the former headquarters for the Caleres Company in Clayton, located off of Maryland Avenue, just blocks away from Shaw Park. This is the same location the Clayton School District almost bought in 2024, but opposition stopped that plan. This announcement comes months after the Opera Theater shared their intentions to buy the 6.7-acre property. The Opera has spent the last half-century performing at Webster University's Lortato Hilton Center. But even with this purchase made, the Opera says they still have plenty of work to do, including getting input from the community about the future of this space, along with getting the correct permits and design approvals from the city of Clayton.